Windsor is a city that makes things. It's known, of course, for its auto industry, but Windsor and the surrounding Essex region manufacture and ship a whole lot more than just vehicles. That bridge behind me, that's the Ambassador Bridge, and before the trade war, $320 million worth of goods flowed over into Detroit every day. $320 million a day. The relationships between these two cities is closely intertwined, and it's built on the foundations of free trade. So we wanted to know, with Windsor's industries caught firmly in the crosshairs of American tariffs, what happens to its economy, its entrepreneurs, and the people who live here? I spoke with David Rostovsky, a Windsor-based economist at the Conference Board of Canada. David, you projected a 2.2% growth for this region. That is great in this economy, but then comes tariffs, and this region is right in the crosshairs. So how much of that growth would be negated?
Gross domestic product within the manufacturing sector would decline 5.1% in the second quarter. Given the region's dependence on manufacturing and trade, manufacturing accounts for 25% of the region's economy. So job losses in manufacturing will not only impact the manufacturing sector, but also other supporting industries such as transportation and warehousing, as well as wholesale trade. And that'll then seep through into consumer confidence and business confidence. Consumer and business confidence will wane, and consumers will possibly spend less and save more. Businesses will also hold back on investment plans and potentially even hold back on their plans to hire. Hits to the manufacturing sector will have devastating effects, and there's a lot of concern and a lot of uncertainty, and it's for sure causing a lot of anxiety.
Steve Harrison is from Windsor Goodfellows, a charity that feeds 40,000 people in Windsor every year. How closely tied is what happens in the automotive industry or in auto parts tied to what happens here and the need that comes through here?
We just had a local company, Stellantis, lay off for 2 weeks. So that's a warning signal to us, tariffs and how it affects the automotive. This is a lot of automotive in this town. So what happens, we expect more layoffs. It will impact the food banks, not just ours, every food bank here.
What does that look like? What happens?
Well, what happens is they stop spending, then stores like clothing, retail, food, all that, people aren't spending, so they don't need the staff. The staff gets laid off. Some of those jobs are the working poor. Some of them are just barely making it as it is, minimum wages. So they get laid off. What do? Now they've got a decision. They're getting unemployment, and it's just barely making it. So they wake up and they go, well, do I keep the hydro on and the roof over my head? Do I put food on the table, or do I put some money in the gas tank to get to work on that low-paying job that's killing me anyway?
Right.
And a lot of times the food suffers. So our client base goes up.
I also spoke with Ryan Donnelly, CEO of the Windsor-Essex Chamber of Commerce. Uncertainty around tariffs is one thing, but Trump has made it very clear, America first. He wants to take manufacturing to this side of the border and keep it there. How do you prepare for that?
The stats that I've seen, we have 50,000 manufacturing jobs in Windsor-Essex. Now, those are not all auto jobs, and they're not all export reliant, but anything that puts that in jeopardy obviously puts Windsor at we have to consider what's next. So, you know, the advice that we've been giving our companies and folks around the table is, you know, there's two different ways to diversify. We can diversify in our product that we're creating, so we're not quite as reliant on just the automotive industry. You know, maybe that's defense, maybe that's shipbuilding, maybe that's aerospace. You know, there's all kinds of different industries that they can serve. So diversification of product and diversification of consumer.
I worry about the erosion of that lower working class that just is not going to make it through this. We see it. It's tough.
Canada having very strong trade relationships, you know, having the most trade relationships out of all G7 countries, having a strong, calm, poised government, and ensuring that, you know, long-term perspective is important, I think will encourage businesses to stay here and grow here.
If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.